got my makeup on. All right, so I'm just going to pray and get into this. This is an important message. Fauci and Trump. Heavenly Father, anoint this word, get me out of the way. I crucify the flesh, walk in the Spirit. Praise your holy name. Bind any interference. Anoint this word. It is written, touch not my anointed. Anoint this word with that touch not anointing. In Jesus Christ's mighty name, I prophesy that. We thank you. We praise your holy name. We bless you. In Jesus Christ's mighty name, we pray. All right. So, hey, listen. So, earlier I did a video, and I was going to bed, and I was like, no, I need to go give this word. This is important. I'm really encouraged with Trump being so supportive of Iran and helping Christians out. So, on the same, in that same vein, right? I want to piggyback on some of that fire, right? I want to get a little bit of that. And I want to, as a representative of the kingdom of heaven, I want to convey a similar message for all of those that, no, these were Trump's words. He said, he told the Iranian people to keep track of all the abusers, all the people who were responsible for the deaths, and that they will be held accountable, and, basically hang in there, right? So on that same line of speaking, I figured I would do the same thing. So what we're going to do is I'm going to bring a list of all the abusers, all the people that were responsible for genocide since 2020 with COVID and the vaccines and everything that's gone on since then, right? So, I mean, we need to be fair, right? We need to be fair. If we're going to do this there, we're going to do it everywhere, right? So we're going to call for a coup d'etat in Iran. And so I'm going to call for all the nations of the world where you had these people like this, just like Trump did. I'm calling for you to stand up, to overthrow their institutions, to overthrow everything that they're doing where there's any of these people that were responsible for any of these protocols where mass genocide was carried out upon the population. So let's get started here. Anthony Fauci's got to go number one. That little rat-faced turd, he's got to go. He's an extreme abuser. Look into his past, right? He's an awful man. I mean, he's got ties with AIDS virus, with developing the AIDS virus, all kinds of stuff. Go look into that little turd. Okay, so he's an abuser, right, Trump? So we need to put him on that list. We definitely need to hold that guy accountable. Let's go for global policy first and guidance setters. So this is just a quick list that AI came up with. I got a little list rolling around in my head. The New World Order, the World Health Organization. Okay, they were involved in technical guidance used by many governments and platforms. In fact, the World Health Organization had all of the countries in the world basically sign over their power to them if they declared some kind of state of national emergency, right? National public health agencies, right? The UKHSA in the UK or the PHAC in Canada, all of these, they're all responsible. They're responsible for all of this, the protocol. Okay, 6 feet apart. Make sure everybody's 6 feet apart, right? The White House in the executive branch. Actually, this was when Trump was in office the first time. In fact, he's the one that really pushed out the development of the mRNA vaccine. How many deaths are responsible for this? What are the accurate numbers of this? Because we're not really hearing about this in in the reporting. So I don't know. We'd have to ask Trump. Trump, what do you do if you're on the list of the people, like that hit list that you're talking? What do you do when you're on that? Because you seem to be on a few lists nowadays, Trump. I don't know. I'll move on. White House, they had a coronavirus task force. This was Trump era. Later, the White House COVID-19 response team, Biden era, coordinated federal messaging strategy, interagency priorities. Key named leadership referenced in public reporting includes Jeff Zients, Ashish Jha. Those are Biden era. HHS agencies, the big three, the CDC. Okay, and we got some big names there. Rochelle Walensky, Robert Redfield. We got the FDA. Okay. FDA's VRB PAC, so that's Vaccine and Related Biological Product Advisory Committee. Now, I can show you guys a little list of, or actually videos of the people who, like, they started shaking, convulsed, and died from all these vaccines. Well, they called them vaccines, but really what it is it's a biological hack. It's mRNA, okay? And what mRNA does is it tells your body to do something. So it's like putting a floppy disk in your body, and then it tells your body to produce something, right? It 100% changes your DNA. They've had it. They went out. They've had Senate hearings now on this. They were carrying them out a couple weeks ago, and without a doubt, it changes your DNA. So it changed the human genome, right? You're human 2.0, man. You are no longer 100% human, right? If you took this thing. And this is what it does. So the FDA, they pushed this through. Trump was a big supporter of pushing that through, streamlining this, right? Let's see. The EUA, full approvals, labeling, safety communications, advisory panels, example, FDA's announcement for the first full approver, Pfizer. Pfizer's a big one. They're on that hit list, right? That naughty list. Okay, the VRB PAC, I said them. Come on, no, it's late. I'm tired, but I had to get this out here. The NIH, NIAID, research agenda, and major public-facing scientific Anthony Fauci. Again, that little turd. Anthony Fauci, I would dispatch you myself if the Lord allowed me. I would come and dispatch you myself and do humanity a massive favor. Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices, okay, the ACIP. OSHA, the Department of Labor, right, holding it over their heads. Oh, military. I got a lot of military guys that watch my stuff because you guys know who I am. You've been, in charge of, running perimeter around me for several years now, right? All of your superiors, all of them, unless they bowed out and they left the military, right? But basically all of your superiors did it. They all got you to take the mark of the beast. They threatened you and your family by losing your pensions and losing all that other stuff. And then everybody that was in the military that was too cowardly to say, no, I'm out of here. Screw the pension. I love Jesus first, right? It's God and then America, right? Yeah. Well, most of you guys were faking, because if you really followed God, you wouldn't have done it. If it was really about God, you wouldn't have done it. I forgive you, but let's be honest. Let's call a spade a spade. All of your superiors were responsible for that. Her brother sitting over there, active military, he did it. He chose to do it. He took the mark of the beast because they were going to take away he was a lifer. He was in the military. And he did it. He took the mark of the beast, right? So all of your superiors were responsible. Who carries out the hit list for Trump? Who's gonna be holding these guys in Iran responsible? Is it gonna be you guys? Because maybe you guys should hold your superiors responsible, right? Because with the meat that you measure, it's measured back onto you. So you guys want to go and overthrow other countries. You want to, Trump's the president of the United States now and Venezuela, right? So I mean, he's responsible for this. He's able to call out coup d'etats around the world. Well, this is genocide. This is genocide, and the spiritual implications. I mean, we'll know when we get there, right? If you guys don't believe me for what it is. But this is genocide. That's what it is. There's like 500 million people dead in China. This is a serious issue. State governors, state health departments, all of your doctors that didn't speak out against this, all of your doctors that weren't willing to put their life on the line because they swore a Hippocratic oath, all of your police departments that pushed this agenda, right, under the guise of safety, right, all of your nurses that didn't stand up against this, all of your healthcare workers. Don't you think it's a little interesting too that they went after the military and our healthcare workers first and our first responders? Don't you think it's a little interesting that they can do that, and now they can like just push a button and they got you guys like little marionette puppets, right? I don't know, man. Maybe we should hold them accountable. Maybe we should hold them responsible, right, Trump? Should we do that? Pfizer, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, Novavax, AstraZeneca, Operation Warp Speed. You remember that? U.S. program that accelerated development, production, distribution. Did you know that they did a whole mRNA study back in the late 90s? We read the entire study in advance before when they were trying to push this through, because we actually did our due diligence and looked into it, right? We're not just these crazy anti-vaxxers. I mean, we really wanted to know the science behind it. Was it Minx's? Was that what it was? I think it was Minx's. She's not speaking. She's falling asleep over there. The Minx. They had like 200,000 or 2 million. I can't remember. They've since taken the website down that was on there. They probably got deplatformed as well. But they gave them, and every single one of them died within like 3 or 4 years of taking the mRNA. 100% death rate on these minxes. Yet they pushed this through, and they called it Operation Warp Speed. Just like your space force, right? Your outer space force. You going to other planets, guys? Going to other planets? You might be going to other dimensions. You're not going to other planets. You and I both know that. Oh, General Gustav Perna, U.S. Army release. Oh, and Chief Advisor Monsef Slaoui. You military guys, you should go make them answer for that, right? I mean, we're going to hold Iran responsible. We should hold them. Now, listen, here's all of the platforms that, through deplatforming, they blocked people's stuff. They blocked my stuff from getting. I tried to warn everybody I could. Cost us a whole lot, right? But through deplatforming, shadow banning, not allowing your comments automatically stricken. I mean, you couldn't even talk about ivermectin, right? Let alone something like this. But YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, it's now X. All of these platforms and everybody that works for them was responsible for this. You guys went along with this. Google, right? You went along with all of this. You guys went along with genocide on the human race. And then everybody that's left, that's part of it, is now not even human. You like destroyed the majority of the human race. You're no longer human. You're transhuman, right? So this hit list is getting a little bit, it's getting bigger. Let's see, misinformation that later looked more plausible. So I even asked AI this because I wasn't going to argue with AI about giving me, just the straight facts on it. I said, show me everything that they blocked in the media that later turned out to be true, just because I'm not even going to argue with it, right? Lab leak origin as plausible hypothesis. Facebook lifting removal of man-made claims May 2021 reflected that the topic was no longer treated as automatically disallowed. U.S. agencies have publicly been reported as holding lab leak as most likely with low confidence. CIA reporting in 2025 and other agencies assessing it with varying confidence levels. Now look at this. It says that New Babylon goes dark in 1 hour. In Revelation 18, it says that New Babylon goes dark because of the sorceries that fool the world. And the sorceries, the word is pharmakia. Pharmakia. It's pharmakia. It says it goes dark in 1 hour. Right? The pharmakia that fooled the world. Now, we know that this is the pharmakia that fooled the world. It goes dark in 1 hour. All you gotta look to see where New Babylon is to look at where the pharmakia that fooled the world came from. Then you understand who New Babylon is. It's pretty simple. It's a logical conclusion. Then you go look into who developed the COVID vaccines. And it came out of the United States. Now, the science came out of, parts of it came out of Germany with the United States. And that had to do with this is all Ashkenazi synagogue of Satan stuff that we're dealing with here. Okay, this transhuman agenda, but this is where it came out of. So we know that the United States is going to go dark in 1 hour when this hits in the very near future. Okay, know that it's in the Bible. If it's in the Bible, it's going to happen. Okay, airborne, and it came out of the United States. That's the pharmakia that fool the world, and the reason they go dark. It says that all of them, that the merchants and everything will be looking from the sea. So that means something. Everybody's looking in and seeing, America go dark. It's gonna be hard to make everybody bleed out of their orifices when it's so dark outside. Airborne aerosol transmission emphasis. WHO guidance evolved over time. Scientific dispute about speed, clarity of acknowledgement was widely covered. Nature describes the delay debate. Airborne aerosol transmission emphasis. Oh. So they're saying that there was claims about it being an aerosol, like they were, and now they're saying that might be true, that people were getting COVID that way. Weird. Platforms tying moderation to health authority guidance. YouTube explicitly framed medical misinformation enforcement around local global health authority guidance and later adjusted COVID-specific policies. Now listen. All these people shut down our ability to speak and communicate to others what was really going on. The only churches that they promote on YouTube are the phony churches, the phony pastors, this whole thing. This is the beast, the system of the beast. It's all going through here. I do this little show hoping that maybe it gets out. Sometimes I share it with people, hoping that there's other people that are getting this and sharing it and it's getting out. I don't really care either way. My heart's right before the Lord. That being said, that lady Wolchek or whatever, I saw her down in that little weird world or whatever. She's dead. And her kid died too. 18 years old, 17 years old. So the lady that used to run YouTube, she's burning in hell. Her child died too. The stuff that you guys have coming on you that are responsible for this, that didn't turn, that didn't do anything else, like didn't come out of this, and you're still not doing anything about it. Just now in 2025, you wait for it to kill off the majority of the people in the population, so that and now you start having Senate hearings about, oh yeah, it actually does change your DNA. It does do that. You guys are all responsible, right? Come out, speak the truth on all of it. And this is the hit list. If we were doing Nuremberg 2.0 and Nazis tried to, commit mass genocide on the population, they had to pay a price. I mean, they had to be held accountable. You all are going to be held accountable. Trump's trying to throw over the world. I thought it was funny that you said you were president of Venezuela. That was a nice touch. But I also want to show the hypocrisy of what's going on here, right? Just because you throw the bone to these guys in Iran doesn't mean that all this other stuff gets swept under the rug. This is just for the people here. Like you called out for them to keep lists on these people over there who were responsible for this, the abusers, you said. And we've had the Epstein list for how long? How many people are on that? And we're not talking like passive stuff, man. We're talking about like people were killed, tortured to death, murdered, and killed, right? We know that this happened. There's lists there. There's lists with this. There's a whole lot of people that were involved in this that went and got down on this. And some of us have kept a list on this, and we're remembering, right? Open up my content and others' content that's completely like this, that actually speaks the truth and tells the truth without any kind of retaliation against us, our families, our businesses, everything else, if this isn't really like a one-sided thing. I'm not worried about it because God's got my back, but I'm just pointing out the hypocrisy here, right? It's almost time to pay. There's gonna be a lot of heads rolling. So it's pretty crazy, military. You go along with this stuff. I don't know. I don't. That makes me think that you're not your own. How can you be your own and go along with this stuff and see this for what it is and still go along with it? I don't understand. You guys aren't like, you're not the guys that we used to know. You're not. You're not like my Uncle Bob's generation. You're not. That's not you guys. All the good ones left. All the good ones left the military. They didn't stick around. Right? They did the right thing. They walked away because you wouldn't be getting down with all this stuff if that wasn't the truth, right? So I don't know, man. Think about that. If you have any ounce of humanity in you, it's not completely written out of you, you know that what I'm saying is the truth. There's a hit list. But I'd be careful about calling for it on other people when you're like the number one offender on that list.